Road safety sentry open for New Year. The Road Safety and Accident Reduction Sentry was launched on Monday ahead of the New Year exodus of holiday market. The open coincides with the government directed seasonal road safety campaign during the so-called 7 dangerous days around the New Year. This year the period runs from today to Jan 4, while the long weekend officially lasts 4 days and start on Thursday. Many people have been heading out of town since the beginning of the week, and this year fewer people are expected to take public transport due to the fear of contracting COVID-19. Deputy Prime Minister Pravit Wongsuwan, who presided over the launch of the century at the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, said the government was working to ensure people traveled safety during the holidays. Jan Pravit said the rule will be strictly enforced over the New Year. Traffic monitoring and accident prevention agency will integrate their usual work with urgent situations as and when they arise. Priority is given to reducing traffic accidents at the same time as encouraging public health measures in light of COVID-19 outbreak. Jan Pravit said vehicles should be checked to see if they are roadworthy. Pickup truck must not carry too many passengers in the bed of the vehicles, and motorists will be subjected to breathalyzer test. Meanwhile, the Royal Thai Army has set up 226 rest stops outside Army barracks nationwide to help motorists over the holidays. The 24/7 stop will also be on Bangkok major travel arteries such as Phahunyotin Road, Sukhumvit Road, the Friendship Highway and Phekasem Road. Staff from military-run hospital will man the rest stop to provide medical care if needed. The rest stop, which will also offer vehicle checkups and receive emergency complaints, have been operating since December 25 and will run until Jan 6. Thai dipping into gold saving undermines deep to run in baht. Gold sellers in Thailand are seeking as households reach for financial lifeline amid the pandemic, a tactic that risks complicating government offers to tempt and export, stifling rally in the nation currency. Export of the precious metal circuit to record this year as prices climbed and ties unloaded jewelry, bars, and medallions to raise cash. Volatile expenses. Bullion traders expect the trend to continue into 2021 as coronavirus drags on tourism and manufacturing, the mainstays of Thailand's economy. Goal is essential to sell their land or condominiums, said Pawan Nawa Watanasap, chef exclusive offer of YLG Balance International, one of Thailand's top gold traders. Thai people still have high stockpile of gold as the nation has been more of a net importer than exporter the past. Quick cash from more than 1,100 gold shops across the nation has been one of the most common ways these have weathered the economic downturn, in addition to taking out short-term loans, skipping debt payment, and finding second jobs. As a result, gold export jumped to 237.4 metric tons during January to October, compared with 170 tons for all of 2019. Official data show next export of 135 tons during the first 10 months of this year are the highest since at least 2010, according to Commerce Ministry figures. Go out the last in those gold shipments, however, are widening Thailand's current account surplus, helping drive gains in the baht that threaten a fragile economic recovery. The baht has rallied more than 9% from its low in April. As such, also due to US dollar weakness, while gold is up 25% this year after hitting a record in August. The Bank of Thailand seeking to encourage more gold trading using foreign currency deposits and attempt to shield the baht from swings in sales of the precious metal when prices spike. The first such programming a venture between Bangkok Bank and Gold Marketplace Hua Seng Heng started this month. The central bank didn't respond to an email request for comment. Bar stretch will stay with us, and it comes from structural problems such as a high current account surplus and low investment, according to Sompravin Manprasert, chief economist at Bank of Ayutthaya. The planned step on gold may help curb volatility only in the long term. Southeast Asia's second biggest economy is expected to rebound 3.2% in 2021. After this year's 6.6% contraction, according to board projection, with interest rate already at a record low. The central bank has turned its attention to the baht repeatedly, labeling it a risk to export. It unveiled REF to measure to encourage capital outflow to cool the currency. A task complicated as a weak US dollar sparks fund flows into emerging markets globally. The baht has its foreign exchange reserve jumped by almost $100 billion in the past 5 years to a record $257 billion, or about 47% of gross domestic products, mainly from efforts to stem baht application that caught the attention of the US, which earlier this month added Thailand to a watch list of potential currency manipulators. While a vaccine is being rolled out globally, the pandemic will likely continue to drive up poverty and unemployment rate in the near term. That means Thais are expected to continue selling gold next year, according to MTS Gold Group, a billion exporter. Suviratnam Vicha, 22, a Bangkok office worker, sold a gold necklace last month to pay medical bills and other expenses related to her pregnancy after her employer slashed overtime allowances. I need money to pay my bill, and selling to gold is my best option. Ms. Suvira said, I may need to sell my last gold necklace after my baby is born. Looking ahead, I only see rising expenses with limited income. Cambodia's Hun Sen hailed extraction of country's first drop of oil. Phnom Penh, Cambodian Premier Hun Sen announced Tuesday that the kingdom has extracted its first drop of crude oil from its waters along awaited milestone for one of Southeast Asia's poorest nations. The Gulf of Thailand boasts significant oil deposits, with Chevron first finding proven reserve of Cambodia in 2005, but the production stalled as the government and the US again failed to reach a revenue sharing agreement, leading the firm to sell its stake to Singapore's KrisEnergy in 2014. Hun Sen held the first extraction of crude as a new achievement for Cambodia's economy. The first drop of oil has been produced. The year 2021 is coming, and we have received a huge gift for our nation, the first oil production in our territory, he said in a Facebook post. The cruise was taken from an area of southwestern coast of Sihanoukville. Chevron's discovery of the reserve led The kingdom of be the kingdom the kingdom to be feted as the region's next potential petrol state, with the government estimating hundreds of millions of barrels of crude were beneath its waters. Chris Energy certainly hold a 95% stake of the block where the oil was taken from, while the government hold the rest. Kelvin Tang, the CEO of Chris Energy's Cambodia operation, said there has been a steep learning curve to launch the, the field production during a global pandemic. The cross-border logistics of mobilizing personnel and equipment to execute this development safely during this time of COVID-19 would not have been possible without government support, he said. The company expects a peak production rate of 7,500 barrels a day once the drilling program is completed in February 2021, a modest amount compared with Cambodia's oil production neighbors, Vietnam and Thailand, but the revenues could be significant for the government, which estimated in 2017 that it would make at least $500 million in royalty and taxes from the first phase of the project. The discovery also raises concerns about how Cambodia, a country long ranked poorly in terms of transparency, would use its newfound wealth, but Hun Sen, Asia's longest serving leader, dismisses them calling the extraction a blessing for Cambodia. It is not a curse like it has been cited by some ill-will people, he said. The mother gave her baby red apple. The baby tried to eat the apple. His mouth was too small, and he didn't have any teeth. His brother took the apple. His brother ate the apple. The baby cried. His brother gave the baby a blue ball to play with. The baby smiled. His brother took the ball from the baby. He rolled the ball on the floor. The brown and white dog picked up the ball. The dog chewed on the ball. The baby cried again. His brother picked up the cat. He put the cat on the bed with the baby. The baby pulled the cat's tail. The cat jumped off the bed. The dog catch the cat. The baby cried again. His brother let the baby hold a sock. The baby played with the sock. The baby was happy. The brightness of the sun. It can be said that no one prefers a life in darkness to a life with a bright future. Sometimes it is unavoidable that darkness comes into our lives. However, we know that when tomorrow comes, all darkness will disappear. With the presence of daylight, we will again hope and courage. The light of the day will make things appear more vividly to us. So we are not frightened by what we cannot see. We cannot make the sun rise at night as well. Just forget the mind at the center of our body until the light goes within. When this inner sun rises at the center of our body, we will feel even happiness than when we see the sun of the day. It looked like rain. The sky was gray. It was almost noon, but the sun was hidden by gray blanket. It was It was cool. There were no birds flying anywhere. A couple of birds sat on the telephone wire. Bob was standing outside talking to Bill. They both had their hands in their pocket. They knew that it was probably going to rain shortly. A sudden breeze blew some leaves off a tree onto the sidewalk. A young woman wearing a dark blue coat and jeans walked by. She was walking a small dog. It was pure white and pretty. It sniffed at a tree trunk. The woman waited patiently. Finally, the dog lifted its leg. Bob said that he liked the rain. It was a nice change from the usual hot Los Angeles weather, and the plants could always use the extra water. Bill said the only thing he didn't like about rain was that all the motor oil on the streets would get washed into the ocean, and so would all trash, but that never stopped the surfer. Bob said they don't seem to care what's in the water as long as there are waves to surf on. South Park schoolboy Jeremy turned off the TV. He had just watched a couple of the South Park cartoons. South Park is an amazing story about elementary school kids living in a small town in Colorado. The first cartoon was about a man who wanted to become strong and muscular. He asked his mother to buy a supplement that was advertised on TV. The supplement was actually nothing but sugar, but the TV ad promised that it would make you strong and muscular. Instead, it made Herman very fat. Worse, Herman refused to believe that he had become fat, even though all his friends were calling him Super Fat Boy. He told them that he was Super Muscle Boy. Finally, when Herman walked onto the stage to receive an award in the school auditorium, the stage collapsed. Then he realized that maybe he was super fat. The second cartoon was about a dog that followed Lenny home. Lenny loved the dog until he found it was gay. Then he hated the dog, but Big all looked Lenny to the city home for gay animals. While there, Lenny decided that it was okay to be gay. When he got home, he hugged his dog, his dog and took it for a walk. He didn't even mind when it sniffed other male dogs. Thailand information. Traveling to Thailand is a breeze as the country has tourist-friendly policy as well as a vast network of infrastructure and hotels that cater to a diverse array of business and leisure traveler. But before planning your next trips to Thailand, it's good to know all the essential information about countries such as when is the best time to go, what to bring, getting around, culture, it etiquette, number to call in case of emergency, and all facts that will help make your journey as pleasant as it can be. Weather Kamala. Weather climate. Thailand is relatively hot all year round, although officially it has three main seasons in summer, March to June. Temperature can soar above 40 degrees, particularly in the north, in the northeast and Bangkok. Bangkok Thai New Year or Songkran fall in April, the hottest month. To relieve themselves from the heat, Thai throw water at each other during the 3-day Songkran festival. The rainy season, July to October, bring lots of downpour and heavy rainfall, usually in the late afternoon or early morning. Temperatures are moderately high, high, but it can feel really uncomfortable due to high humidity level. The most welcome season is the cool season, November to February, which brings a relatively dry and pleasant climate. Temperature rarely rise above 35 degrees during the day. When to go to Thailand? The best time to visit Thailand is between November and February, when the climate is relatively cool and dry. While, while Bangkok usually sees insignificant temperature drop, the northern and northeastern provinces can be rather cool, and if you plan to take a trip into the mountain, be sure to bring sweater or warm jacket. December is festive season like in West. Some of the most colorful festivals, such as Loi Krathong, Dropping of Color, and New Year fall in this period. Major shopping districts, particularly those in Bangkok, add to the year-end spirit by sporting decorative lights and Christmas-themed decors. The only drawback for arriving during this period is that popular destinations are crowded, and hotel rooms are in short supply. Prices for accommodation, tours, transportation, and certain goods are usually bumped up to take advantage of the tourist influx. Arriving between March and May will push you right through Thailand's summer when temperatures climb above 40 temperature. Coupled with high humidity, it may feel more like you are actually in giant heat oven with no escape route except occasional visit to air-conditioned shopping mall and dining establishment. The monsoon season is usually very wet and humid, but the good news is that you can always hide out in the mall, spa or restaurant to escape the heavy downpour, which usually don't last more than a couple hours. Also, the rain breathes new life in the countryside. Abundant with rice, fire and trees, national park and waterfalls are usually at their best. List of pros of social networking. 1. Social networking gives you a chance to connect with people around the world. One of most obvious advantages of using social networking is the opportunity these websites provide you to reach people from anywhere in the world as long as there is a connection to the internet and profile create. You can become friend or follower of someone and check in with them at any point in time. Some people use Facebook to stay in touch with family, talk to old high school friends, and share their political feelings. Twitter is microblogging platform that is used for comedy, current event, and general observation. You can even connect with people from planets you have never seen or heard of before. 2. This technology gives us access to easy, instant communication tools. Social networking gives us the chance to stay connected with one another wherever we happen to go. You don't need to have access to landline to call someone with this technology today. Sending a letter through the traditional mail seems like an eternity. Forget about answering machine or voicemail. Just leave a comment or someone page and they'll get a notification about it immediately. When we stay connected to social network, then all we need to do is pick up our smartphone, boot up the computer, or open the laptop to start communicating with someone. You can even use an app that connects to your profile to take advantage of these benefits or no matter where you are in the world. 3. Information happens in real time blogs on social networks. Before the internet come around, we all had to wait for the daily newspaper or news broadcast on television to know what was going on the world that day. Even when cable news came around, give us 24/7 access to story. We had to sit, watch, and wait for the story we want to see. Thanks to social networking, one simple research is all that is necessary to access to current event notification. notification that we want to see. You can even go step further and set alert through your social networking profile so that you receive notification when a specific page has new information to review. This process allows you to customize your news feed, allowing the information discovery experience to follow the exact path you want. What is the author's purpose? When we talk of the author's purpose, we are referring to the why behind their writing, what motivates the author to produce their work, what is their intent, and what do they hope to achieve. The author's purpose is the reason they decide to write about something in the first place. There are many reasons a writer puts pen to paper. It's important that our students possess the necessary tool for identifying these various reasons and intents. Being able to identify the author's purpose accurately is absolutely essential if the student is to effectively evaluate a piece of writing. How legalized online gambling is better for society. Whether gambling is healthy for society or not should not be the question you are asked yourself. History has proven that people are going to gamble whether it is legal or not. The question we should be asking is, by banning online gambling, are we going to make things better or worse? The answer to that question is simple. Banning, legalize, and regulate online gambling in any form just make another way for organized crimes to get a hold of people's money and then on one but the criminals wins. If you want to keep a child from seeing an R-rated movie, you do not ban the movie from the theater, do you? No, that would you be silly. You just make sure that people are doing their best to check and verify that no one under 18 gets into seeing the movie. By banning the movie, chances are greater that someone will get a bootleg copy and show it to every kid in town. So if you want to keep a child from gambling online, then all the online casinos should be regulated and monitored, not banned. The same goes for terrorists. If you believe terrorist groups are exploiting an unregulated and unmonitored industry such as the online gambling industry, then by regulating it, you can see where the money is going and make sure it is not going to fund international terrorist attacks. All that is accomplished by banning it is that the criminal get a stronger grip on the industry. The ban on online gambling is much like the war on drugs. If marijuana was legalized in the USA, crimes related to it would almost go away completely because it was be issued in stores and it would be controlled. Another advantage would be that people would not longer be going to jail for marijuana related charges. This means thousands of fewer people getting arrested and going to jail every year, which would save us tax money that could be better spent by making online gambling in the USA a legalized form of adult entertainment. It would also bring an estimated $1 billion in taxes to the American government. This money could be used for schools, police, and universal health care for all Americans. This is this is how you improve society, not by telling people what to do. It is human nature. You nature to what one we cannot have so more law you put in place to stop people from doing something, the better the chances are that people going to do it. People are just as likely to become addicted to gambling at a regulated casino as an unregulated one. But the difference is that in regulated casino they will not extend you the amount of credit that will get you into trouble in an illegal casino. And in regulated casino they will have information on how to get help if you have gambling problem. In an illegal casino they will not have this type of information. They want you to continue to gamble till you have nothing left, and then they will let you fall and find someone to take your plans. In the long run, society can only prosper if we educate people on the danger of gambling both online and in a casino, and not from banning an industry that employs thousands of people in countries all over the world. No one can anything from just telling people they cannot do something that they are going to do anyway. It is about time the government learn this and stop make the same mistake year after year. A college degree is nearly a necessity. Your education is the single greatest gift you can give yourself, but there are educational opportunities all around us. Some of them come at a greater cost than others. A college education might require a the investment of time and money upfront, but the payoff is much better over time than if you use your life experience in order to achieve the same level of education that you can pack into 2, 4, or 5 years of an undergraduate education on the college level. In other words, over the course of your lifetime, you are likely to pay far less for your college education than you would pay for not having a college education. At the same time, each level of college education you receive increases your overall earning potential. This means that a one-year degree in a technical field will provide a modest boost from high school diploma when it comes to earning potential, but an associate degree will provide an even better boost. You will see an even more significant improvement in earning potential when you increase from an associate's degree to bachelor degree. The vast majority of students enter the workforce upon completion of a bachelor's degree. Those students, however, who remain in school for graduate study often find that master's degree even further improves their lifetime earning potential. The problem for most when it comes to making the jump between degrees and educational levels is cost. There are times in life when we simply need to get out of school and get to work. The good news is that it is gradually becoming easier for those with career to filter their education without sacrificing either their careers or their families during the process. Of course, there will be some sacrifices along the way, but it isn't an all at once or nothing endeavor. You can work toward your degree by taking online classes, night classes, and Saturday classes. The information age has made it easier than ever before to achieve the educational goals you need to meet in order to satisfy your dreams for the future. Your level of education will get your foot in the door when it comes to certain jobs, and your lack of education will limit you far more than a lack of experience will limit you in many cases. As time grows on, more and more companies are seeking employees that have degrees rather than those who have experience in the field. If you hope to remain competitive in the business world, you need to arm yourself with the proper education. check with your company to see if they offer any sort of incentive for employees continuing their education. You might be surprised to find that your company offers to match your tuition fund or even completely reimburse them if you are working toward a degree that will assist you in your job functions. There is no wrong reason to get an education even if you are applying for a job that won't you that won't use your specific degree. You might find that having a degree and at all gives you a boost over others applicants for the same position. A college degree is becoming more and more necessary in today's business climate. You need to take every day opportunity that is available to you in order to get your college degree. How to keep food fresh naturally. How many times have we brought food and then forgotten about it only to remember it because it begins to stink? Against this, you cannot do anything, but you can ensure that your food lasts longer and keeps fresh. How? There are many things you can do, such as regularly clean your refrigerator and regularly check the food in there, and also that you keep in the cupboards or anywhere else. But it's not just about checking them. This cannot prevent anything. All you will be doing is throwing away food items before they stink up the entire kitchen. So, what can you do to keep the food fresh? Practical list of tips for ensuring food is cleaner and fresher. 1. Spread some cloths on and around the marble surface of your kitchen, and also spread some cloths under the sink. Why? The clothes keeps ants away. 2. Plant some bay leaves inside your bags of duck rice and the rest of the packs that insects prefer. Why? Bay leaves keep insects and other such lice away from food products. By placing bay leaves inside the packet, we ensure that insects do not reside there. But please remember to change the bay leaves once every three months. 3. Plant half a potato in the refrigerator. Why? If there is any kind of bad smell from food or cooked items, the half potato will absorb it. To make sure that this works, remember to exchange the potato every 3 days. 4. Store eggs with the point side down. Why? Storing eggs with the point side down keeps them fresh for a longer period. 5. Place a few cubes of sugar in the jar where you store American cheese. Why? When you place 2 or 3 cups of sugar with the American cheese in an add- adding 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 jar, the sugar absorbs the moisture and prevents the cheese from getting worse. 6. Do not store tomatoes and cucumbers in the same drawer. Why? Tomatoes give out gas that cause cucumbers to rot faster. To make sure that you keep these two apart. 7. Do not store apples along with the rest of the fruit and vegetable. Why? Apples give out certain gases that cause fruit and vegetable to rot. 8. Plant slices of pieces of apples or raw potatoes in the bread compartment or jar. Why? By adding a few slices of raw potatoes or apples with the bread, you ensure that the bread remains fresh for longer than usual. 9. Store radish in a vessel along with some water. Why? You should store radish in a vessel along with water because water will keep the radish fresh and crisp for a long time. For the same reason, if the radishes have dried, place them in a jar of cold water. Water will restore the radish to its previous spell. The conclusion. Here I have presented only a few of the more practical actions you should follow. Ensure that the food you and your family consume remains fresh and tasty. Fruit and vegetable diet. Most of us know just how healthy fruit and vegetables are, yet for some reason many of us simply don't get enough in our everyday diets. If you feel as tired, your health may be lacking in this area, then starting a fruit and vegetable diet is a fantastic choice of New Year's resolution. Using the fruit and vegetable diet as a New Year detox. The fruit and vegetable diet can mean a few different things. One option is to eat only fruit and vegetables as a way to detox, as a way to start your New Year's weight loss resolution. By cleansing your body for a period of around 2 weeks, you'll be giving your weight loss efforts a head start. You'll cleanse your body of toxins and help to rid yourself of unhealthy eating habits. But be warned, this kind of diet isn't easy and you should always see a doctor before get started. If you want to a more long-term diet plan, then opt to simply include a greater number of fruits and vegetables in your everyday diet. Aside from the fruits and vegetables, you should make sure that the rest of your diet remains balanced. What are the benefits of a fruit and vegetable diet? There are a number of benefits of incorporating more fruits and veg in your diet. For a start, they are very high in fiber. In turn, this can impact your health by helping to control blood glucose levels, keeping your digestive system running smoothly. This reducing the risk of some cancer and reducing cholesterol levels. Fruit and vegetables also contain a huge number of vitamins and minerals that we need for our bodies to function properly. This helps to prevent a whole range of disease and health condition and keep us as healthy as possible. What should you be eating? As part of standard diet, you should be getting at least 5 portions of fruit and veg every day. And these should come from wide range of different sources. Eating them fresh means you all get the greatest benefit. Thus, you can incorporate dry fruit into your diet if it helps. Remember the general rule: the more colorful the vegetable on your plate, the more healthy your meal is. Many of us aren't simply getting what we need, so starting a fruit and vegetable diet is certainly a good resolution to make for a new year. If you are finding it difficult, then try to make things easier by drinking smoothies and making soups. Your body will thank you. Your body will thank you for it.